Hey warrior, life isn't waiting to break you. It's waiting to see if you'll break first. Everyday moments try to steal your calm like thieves in the night. It might be a careless word, a sudden delay, or someone's silent judgment. These aren't personal attacks, they're tests. The world is challenging you to keep your peace when everything screams for a reaction. Will you let it win, or will you stand unshaken? Most people live as if their emotions belong to anyone who asks for them. They hand over their peace to the first person who annoys them. They let moods swing like a door in the wind, wide open for anyone to walk in and mess with. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. Your mind is your fortress. Your calm is your property. And no one, no matter how loud, rude, or wrong, should have the power to storm in and take it. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not just a nice line to read. It's a survival skill in a noisy, chaotic world. When you protect your calm, you are not becoming cold or emotionless. You are becoming unshakable. Think about it. If you let every driver, every critic, every bad day control your feelings, then you are living as a puppet pulled by invisible strings. The moment you get angry on someone else's terms, you've handed them the keys to your inner world. That's not freedom. That's slavery of the mind. The Stoics saw life as a storm. You can't stop the wind, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to steer your ship so it doesn't break apart. In today's world, the storm might be a sarcastic remark, a news headline meant to scare you, or a social media post designed to outrage you. The principle is the same. Calm is the anchor. If you lose it, you drift. If you guard it, you survive. Modern life won't tell you something. Calm is not a personality trait you're born with. It's a skill you train. The Stoics didn't wake up every morning immune to frustration. They practiced. They reminded themselves every day that other people's actions are outside their control, but their reaction is theirs to command. You can see this truth in the smallest daily moments. Someone interrupts you while speaking. You could snap back, or you could breathe, pause, and choose to answer in your own time. Someone makes a bad decision that affects you. You could stew in frustration, or you could focus on what's next instead of what's past. The difference between these two reactions is the difference between losing yourself to the noise of the world and standing steady no matter what. The 12 Stoic principles you're about to learn are not abstract ideas. They are shields you can carry every day, practical and tested through thousands of years of human struggle. Each one will give you a tool to keep your calm, to avoid being pulled into someone else's chaos, and to live in a way that feels strong instead of scattered. The truth is, people might expect you to react because reactions give them control. When you don't react, you confuse them. You take away their power. That's why a calm person is quietly intimidating. They can't be manipulated. You'll notice something strange happens when you start living this way. Your days feel lighter, problems feel smaller. You realize that the loudest things around you, criticism, gossip, bad news, are actually powerless without your participation. You stop living like a hostage to what happens and start living like a commander of your own mind. And in that shift, you'll find a deeper kind of freedom than most people ever experience. So, as we go through each principle, think about your own life, not as it is now, but as it could be if nothing could shake you. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up knowing you could face any situation without losing your center. That's what we're building here, calm that lasts. Elizabeth Kenny once wrote, "He who angers you conquers you. Let's make sure no one conquers you." If you're ready to protect your calm no matter what, type in the comments, "My calm is my power." Before we start, Make sure you like this video, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe to the channel, and, most importantly, don't skip any part of this video. Every principle builds on the last, and missing even one could be the difference between losing your calm and keeping it forever. Number 1. Guard your mind. Your mind is your most valuable asset. If you lose it to negativity, fear, or anger, everything else in your life will start to break down. And yet, most people guard their money, their homes, and their image more carefully than they guard their own thoughts. Think of your mind as a garden. If you don't protect it, weeds will grow, unwanted, ugly, and difficult to remove. Those weeds are harmful ideas, toxic influences, and self-destructive beliefs. You can't stop every seed from landing in your garden, but you can stop it from taking root. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." What he meant is that much of our mental suffering is not from what actually happens, but from what we let play in our minds. If you don't guard your mind, your imagination will take a single difficulty and turn it into an endless source of pain. Guarding your mind starts with asking, what am I letting in? Every conversation, every headline, every piece of gossip is a potential seed. Some will grow into wisdom and courage. Others will grow into fear and resentment. The choice of which ones stay is yours. Here are 3 simple ways to guard your mind every day. 1. Control your inputs. The news you read, the videos you watch, and the people you listen to either build you up or wear you down. Limit the sources that feed you panic or anger. Spend more time with material that gives you clarity, hope, and perspective. 2. Filter your self-talk. We all have an inner voice. If you let it run wild with self-criticism, it will destroy your calm. Instead, feed it thoughts that are grounded in truth and strength. Say to yourself, "This will pass," or "I have handled worse before." 3rd, pause before accepting ideas. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Listen, but don't take it in unless it serves you. Even the Stoics listened to criticism, but they decided for themselves whether it was worth keeping. Guarding your mind doesn't mean you isolate yourself from the world. It means you engage with the world on your terms. You hear, but you choose what to keep. You see, but you choose what to believe. This is how you prevent strangers, headlines, and even small frustrations from stealing your peace. When you make this a habit, you'll notice a change. People's moods will no longer control yours. The urgency of bad news won't shake you, and the constant noise of the world will start to feel distant, like waves hitting the shore far away. The unguarded mind reacts to everything. The guarded mind chooses its response. Comment, "My mind, my fortress," if you commit to guarding your thoughts fiercely. Number 2, wait before you answer. One of the easiest ways to lose your calm is to speak too quickly. A rushed answer can become a lifelong regret. Once words leave your mouth, you can't take them back, and they have the power to break trust, damage relationships, and make situations worse. The Stoics knew this, which is why they practiced the art of the pause. Before they reacted, they took a breath, observed the situation, and asked themselves whether their words would help or harm. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, said, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." That single line holds a lifetime of wisdom. A stumble in walking may hurt for a moment. A stumble in speaking can leave a scar that lasts years. Waiting before you answer doesn't mean being silent forever. It means giving yourself enough space to choose your words carefully. If someone insults you, waiting a few seconds can stop you from firing back something you'll regret. If someone asks you a complicated question, waiting allows you to give an answer that is thoughtful instead of reactive. When emotions run high, the brain tends to shut down its rational side. Anger, fear, or embarrassment takes the driver's seat, and your thinking mind gets pushed aside. By pausing, you give your rational mind a chance to return before you speak. The pause also sends a silent message. You're not controlled by the urgency of the moment. You are in control of your own timing. This is why calm people seem confident. They don't rush to defend themselves or prove a point. They take their time. You can practice this in daily life. If someone asks a question, take a breath before you answer. If a text message upsets you, wait a few minutes or hours before replying. If a decision is being forced on you, ask for time to think. This short delay often reveals something important. Many situations don't need an immediate answer at all. Some even solve themselves without your involvement. Waiting before you answer also allows you to check your motives. Are you about to speak just to win, just to defend your pride, or are you speaking to actually help, solve, or clarify? The Stoics would say that if your motive is pride alone, it's better to remain silent. This habit will not only save you from unnecessary conflict, it will also earn you respect. People trust those who don't speak carelessly, and when they see you respond calmly instead of exploding, they realize they can't control you with pressure or provocation. The world moves fast, and it loves instant reactions. But calm is built in the gap between what happens and what you choose to say. The bigger that gap, the more unshakable your peace becomes. If you choose to think before you speak, comment. I pause, I think, I answer with calm. Number 3. See problems as training. Most people see problems as interruptions to life. Something breaks, someone disappoints you, plans fall apart, and you think, why now? Why me? But the Stoics flipped this thinking. They saw problems as training for the mind and soul. If you only trained your body when life was easy, you'd never get stronger. The same is true for your mind. Strength is built in resistance, not in comfort. Every challenge is a chance to sharpen your self-control, your patience, and your ability to stay calm. Musonius Rufus, a Roman Stoic teacher, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And mastery doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're tested. Think about the last time you faced something frustrating, a delayed flight, a rude customer, a broken appliance. In the moment, it felt like a problem, but from the Stoic view, it was a practice drill. Each obstacle was a workout for your patience and resilience. When you see problems as training, they lose some of their power to upset you. Instead of feeling like life is against you, you realize life is preparing you. Every delay teaches you patience. Every argument teaches you to listen better. Every setback teaches you persistence. It's not about enjoying hardship, it's about using it. Imagine a boxer who only trains when he feels like it. He will be destroyed the moment a real fight comes. But a boxer who trains against resistance, even when tired, will be ready for anything. The same applies to you. The small daily problems are your mental sparring sessions. They prepare you for the bigger storms that life will inevitably bring. Here's how you can apply this. Change the question. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this training me for?" Notice your progress. Look at challenges you faced in the past that once broke your calm. Now notice how you handle them better today. That's proof of growth. Treat frustration as a skill-building moment. Every time you keep your composure in a small problem, you strengthen it for bigger ones. The Stoics also knew that problems reveal who we are. Anyone can be calm when the road is smooth, but your real character shows when the road is rough. If you lose your calm at the first bump, you're unprepared. But if you've trained, you'll stay steady no matter what shakes around you. Next time a problem comes, remind yourself, It's not just a disruption, it's a test, a practice, and a chance to get stronger. You're not the victim of this moment, you're the student, and the lesson will serve you for life. If you're ready to grow stronger through life's challenges, say, "Every problem is training for my strength." Number 4, expect some trouble. One of the quickest ways to lose your calm is to believe that life should go smoothly. That belief sets you up for constant frustration because reality will prove you wrong every single day. The Stoics avoided this trap by expecting that trouble would come, not because they were negative, but because they were realistic. They knew the world is full of imperfect people, unpredictable events, and moments that don't go according to plan. If you know the storm is coming, you don't panic when you see the clouds. You're already ready. Epictetus put it simply, "When you're about to leave your house, remind yourself that you may meet with cold, with heat, with rain, with bad company, with selfishness." It's not pessimism, it's mental armor. If you start the day knowing you might face rudeness, delays, or problems, you're prepared for them. And when they happen, they don't steal your calm, they just confirm what you already expected. This principle works in both small and big ways. If you expect traffic, you won't be angry when you're stuck in it. You planned for it. If you expect some people to misunderstand you, their criticism won't sting as much. You saw it coming. Expecting trouble doesn't mean you want it. It means you've made peace with the fact that it's part of life, and this peace keeps you from being shocked or thrown off balance when challenges appear. Here's how you can practice this. 1. Start your day with a short mental forecast. Imagine small inconveniences and how you'll respond calmly. This turns them into practice instead of surprises. 2. Mentally rehearse patience. Think about possible conflicts before they happen. Plan to pause, breathe, and respond wisely. 3. Accept that others will be human. People will forget, fail, and frustrate you. That's part of being alive together. When you expect trouble, you stop wasting energy wishing the world was different. You accept it as it is, and then you focus on what you can control, your own reaction. Think of a seasoned traveler. They don't scream when their flight is delayed. They've seen it before. They calmly adjust and move on. That's the same mindset you can have about life. You've seen storms before, and you'll see them again, but you've also survived them every time. And here's the secret. Once you get used to expecting some trouble, you start noticing that many days go better than you planned. That extra bit of good feels like a gift instead of something you take for granted. Calm isn't built by hoping for perfect days. It's built by being ready for imperfect ones. Number 5. Don't give away your peace. Your peace is like a candle. It lights your mind, warms your spirit, and makes the space around you brighter. But if you hand that candle to everyone you meet, don't be surprised when it gets blown out. The truth is, most people give away their peace far too easily. A rude comment, peace gone. A small delay, peace gone. Someone disagrees with you, peace gone. Before you know it, you're letting strangers, traffic, and headlines control your mood. The Stoics saw this as one of the greatest mistakes a person could make. Your peace is not public property, it's your personal treasure. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with himself and does not need the approval of others." If you need everyone's approval, your peace will always depend on them. But if your peace comes from within, nothing outside can take it away without your permission. The key word here is permission. Nobody can make you angry or stressed without you agreeing to play along. They can offer chaos, but you decide whether to accept it. This is where self-control becomes power, when you stop letting others pull you into their emotional storms. Think about it like this. Imagine someone hands you a gift, but you don't take it. Who does it still belong to? Them. Insults work the same way. If you don't accept them, they stay with the person who threw them. Here are 3 ways to protect your peace. 1. Know your triggers. If certain topics, people, or situations tend to disturb you, prepare yourself before you face them. 2. Respond instead of react. A reaction is instant and emotional. A response is slow and deliberate. Always aim for the latter. 3. Keep perspective. Ask yourself, will this matter next week, next month, next year? Most things won't. When you stop giving away your peace, people might find you harder to provoke. That's because you've become unpredictable in the best way. You're no longer dancing to their tune. Some might even accuse you of being distant or cold, but you're not. You're simply living on your terms, not theirs. In time, this self-possession becomes magnetic. People are drawn to those who can stay calm in chaos because it's so rare. And more importantly, you start to feel unshakable, like no one can drag you into drama unless you walk in willingly. This is not about avoiding people. It's about avoiding needless battles. Life has enough real challenges without wasting energy on things that don't matter. When you understand that your peace is worth more than any argument, you stop trading it for small, temporary wins. You realize calm is the greatest victory of all. Comment, "Peace is priceless," to remind yourself that your calm belongs to you alone. Number 6. Ask, will this matter later? One of the fastest ways to keep your calm is to measure the size of the problem against the size of your life. Most of the things that upset us feel huge in the moment, but shrink to almost nothing with time. The Stoics understood that perspective is power. They knew that most worries are temporary storms passing through. That's why they trained themselves to step back and ask, will this matter tomorrow? Will it matter next month? Will it matter at the end of my life? Marcus Aurelius advised, consider when you are irritated that the thing is not worthy of your anger. This doesn't mean you should ignore everything. Some issues truly matter and deserve action. But a large part of life's frustrations, the traffic jams, the snide remarks, the small mistakes, simply won't matter in the long run. Asking this question in the heat of the moment does 2 things. 1. It slows you down. You shift from emotional reaction to logical thinking. 2. It shrinks the problem. What feels like a wall in front of you might just be a speed bump when viewed from a distance. Here's how you can use it. When someone cuts you off in traffic, ask, will I even remember this in a week? When a co-worker annoys you, ask, will this moment change the course of my life? When you're frustrated with yourself, ask, will I care about this mistake when I'm older? Most of the time, the answer will be no, and with that answer, you free yourself from wasting energy on it. This question also helps with relationships. Small arguments and misunderstandings often take on too much weight in our minds. But when you zoom out and realize they won't matter later, you can let go more easily, avoiding unnecessary conflict. The Stoics lived with an awareness of how short life is. They knew they didn't have time to be consumed by things that wouldn't matter in the bigger picture. They saved their energy for what truly counted: integrity, courage, kindness, and purpose. Next time you feel anger or frustration rising, pause. Imagine yourself looking back at this moment a year from now. Will you care? Will it have changed your life? If not, release it. It's not about avoiding responsibility, it's about refusing to give small things the power to disturb your peace. The more you practice this, the lighter your days will feel. You'll notice that most of the world's noise is not worth your attention, and in that space of clarity, you'll find the strength to focus on what truly matters. Number 7, do little hard things. Calm isn't built in comfort, it's built in challenge. If you only do what's easy, you train yourself to panic when life gets difficult. But if you regularly choose small, hard things, you become stronger, tougher, and harder to shake. The Stoics practiced this through something called voluntary discomfort. They would intentionally take on challenges, even when they didn't have to, so that real hardship would never catch them unprepared. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" By doing small hard things, whether that's waking up earlier than you want, exercising when you'd rather rest, speaking up when it's uncomfortable, or saying no when it's easier to say yes, you train your mind to handle discomfort without losing your calm. Here's why this works. 1. You expand your comfort zone. Every small challenge makes you more capable of handling bigger ones. 2. You break fear's control. When you face difficulty willingly, fear loses its grip. 3. You trust yourself more. You start to believe in your ability to handle whatever comes. You don't need to take on extreme challenges right away. The Stoics believed that even small acts of discipline, repeated daily, build a powerful mind. That could mean taking a cold shower, choosing the healthier meal when you want junk food, leaving your phone in another room for an hour, walking instead of driving short distances. These little acts of self-control become a shield. When unexpected difficulties arrive, you don't collapse, because you've been training for this. You know discomfort is survivable, sometimes even beneficial. The best part? When you voluntarily do hard things, life's involuntary hard things feel less overwhelming. You're not meeting discomfort for the first time. You're greeting an old acquaintance. The Stoics didn't seek suffering for suffering's sake. They sought strength. And strength comes from stretching your limits, not staying inside them. Modern life tries to make everything as easy as possible, but comfort, while pleasant, can make you fragile. Little hard things keep you sharp, prepared, and steady. So start small. Pick one thing today that feels just a little bit uncomfortable and do it on purpose. Then watch how your confidence grows. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Number 8. Let insults go. One of the fastest ways to lose your calm is to hold on to insults. When someone says something rude or unfair, your first instinct might be to clutch onto the hurt and replay it in your mind over and over. But this only gives power to words that don't deserve it. The Stoics taught that insults are like arrows. You don't have to catch them. You can let them fall harmlessly to the ground instead of holding them inside. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means the insult itself isn't what disturbs you. It's your choice to be disturbed. You control whether a rude word becomes a wound or just noise. Holding on to insults makes your mind a battlefield. You replay the words, imagine comebacks, or feel bitterness. But none of this changes the insult. It only keeps you trapped in the moment and steals your peace. Instead, practice letting insults go like leaves floating down a river. Notice the insult, acknowledge it, and then release it. This doesn't mean ignoring disrespect or accepting bad behavior. It means you don't give the insult power over your inner calm. Here are ways to practice letting insults go. 1. Remember that insults say more about the insulter than you. Often people insult because of their own pain or insecurity. 2. Focus on your values, not their words. If you know who you are and what you stand for, insults can't shake your identity. 3. Use silence as a shield. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Silence can be a way to protect your peace and show strength. When you refuse to carry insults in your mind, you become untouchable. People lose their power to hurt you because you don't hand it over. This habit takes time. It's natural to feel the sting at first, but the more you practice, the more freedom you gain. You'll find that peace grows each time you let an insult pass without holding on. The Stoics weren't indifferent. They cared deeply about justice and respect, but they chose not to give their calm away to insults that don't deserve it. Number 9. Focus on what you can do. One of the most peaceful places you can live in your mind is in the space of control, where you put your energy only into what you can actually change. When you waste time worrying about things outside your control, your calm fades fast. The Stoics were masters of this idea. They divided life into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot. They chose to focus only on their own thoughts, actions, and choices because that was where their real power lived. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This simple statement is a roadmap to calm. When you focus on what you can do, you stop spinning in circles of frustration about what you can't. Here's how to put this into practice. 1. Identify your circle of control. When faced with a problem, list what parts you can influence and what parts you cannot. 2. Take action on what's within your control. Put your energy into those actions, no matter how small. 3. Accept what you can't change. Let go of the urge to fix the unfixable or worry about the unpredictable. Imagine worrying about the weather before a picnic. You can't change the rain, but you can pack an umbrella or choose another day. When you act on what you can, you feel more grounded and less anxious. This mindset helps in relationships, work, health, and every part of life. Instead of obsessing over others' opinions, you focus on your own behavior. Instead of fearing the future, you prepare yourself for what you can influence. The world is full of things beyond your control: traffic, other people's choices, natural events. But your calm depends on remembering this truth. Your power lives in your response, not the event. When you live here, peace becomes your default state, not a fleeting visitor. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I focus on what I can control and release the rest. Number 10. Keep good company. Your peace is deeply influenced by the people you spend time with. If you surround yourself with negativity, drama, or constant complaining, it's almost impossible to stay calm. On the other hand, good company can lift you, calm you, and remind you of what truly matters. The Stoics believed in the power of community and wisely chose those they spent their time with. They understood that the company you keep shapes your thoughts, habits, and emotions. Epictetus said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This isn't about judging others, but about protecting your mind. When you spend time with calm, thoughtful, and positive people, you begin to absorb those qualities naturally. Their calmness becomes contagious. Here's how to keep good company in your life. 1. Seek out those who show self-control and kindness. These qualities help create a peaceful atmosphere. 2. Limit time with those who drain your energy. Not everyone will support your calm, and that's okay. 3. Engage in conversations that build you up. Avoid gossip, endless complaining, or negativity that drags you down. Good company also means being the kind of person others want to be around. When you work on your own calm, patience, and kindness, you not only protect your peace, but also create peace for those around you. Remember, calm isn't just a personal achievement, it's a gift you share with your community. Choose your company well, and your calm will grow stronger every day. Number 11. Live in the now. One of the greatest enemies of calm is distraction, worrying about the past or stressing over the future. When your mind is stuck in what if or if only, it's hard to feel peaceful. The Stoics taught that true calm comes from fully living in the present moment. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." Living in the now means accepting life as it is right now, not as you wish it would be. It means focusing your energy on what you are doing at this moment instead of being pulled away by regrets or fears. Here's how to practice living in the now. 1. Notice when your mind drifts to the past or future. Gently bring your attention back to the present moment. 2. Focus on your breath or senses. Feel the air, hear sounds, see details around you. This anchors you to now. 3. Engage fully in your current task. Whether it's work, talking to someone, or simply walking, give it your full attention. When you live in the now, you free yourself from unnecessary worries. Problems feel smaller because they are no longer magnified by anxiety about what might happen. You respond instead of react, calmly and clearly. Remember, the past is gone and the future is unknown. What you have is this moment, and how you choose to live it shapes your calm and your life. Number 12. Remember, life is short. One of the deepest reasons to never lose your calm is the awareness that life is short. Worrying, anger, and frustration take precious time away from the moments you could spend at peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This awareness isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to free you. When you realize how brief your time is, you begin to care less about small annoyances and more about what truly matters. Think about how many moments in a day are wasted on anger or stress over things that don't deserve your energy. Imagine replacing that with calm and clarity instead. Remembering life is short encourages you to forgive faster, let go of grudges, and not sweat the small stuff. It helps you focus on kindness, gratitude, and meaningful actions. Living with this perspective makes calm a choice that honors your time and your spirit. You don't want to reach the end of your life wishing you had been less angry and more peaceful. So, when life tries to pull you into chaos, remind yourself your time is limited. Hold on to your calm as your most valuable possession. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I honor my life by choosing calm every day. In a world that often feels loud and chaotic, calm is your greatest power. It's not weakness or silence, it's strength and clarity. The 12 Stoic principles we've explored are tools to help you build that calm, step by step, day by day. Remember, the world wants a reaction from you, but your peace belongs only to you. By guarding your mind, pausing before you answer, seeing problems as training, expecting trouble, protecting your peace, focusing on what matters, and living fully in the present, you become unshakable. The Stoics taught that calm is a choice, not something that happens to you, but something you create. And when you choose calm, you don't just survive life's storms, you grow stronger through them. So don't let anyone or anything steal your peace. Your calm is your power. Protect it fiercely and live with the quiet strength that only comes from a mind at peace. If this message has touched you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Don't skip any parts of this video because every principle builds on the last. Let's grow calm and strong together. I want you to drop this final affirmation in the comments. Calm wins, and I choose calm every day.